The push to defund police gaining traction across the country and specifically in Seattle yesterday. This as firearm-related background checks reached an all-time high. People are trying to buy more guns. But for those who are looking to own a gun, buying a firearm in some defund police cities where crime is rising is much harder. Here with reasons why, attorney and gun rights activist Colion Noir, who I can see right there, has got some guns at his house. Colion, good morning to you.
Good morning. How's it going?
It's going okay. So, you know, if you were living, you are not living in one of the defund the police towns, but if you were, you would be thinking, you know, if I'm going to keep myself and my family safe, maybe I should think about a firearm. But at the same time, those same towns are making it harder to get a gun.
Yeah, no, the one thing I think a lot of people are realizing in 2020 with respect to the rioting and all the chaos that's going on is they're starting to reach a reality point where they realize that they can't really depend on the government completely for their safety. And so, unfortunately, though, a lot of these people have voted for the very laws that are in place right now that are making it incredibly hard for them to get a firearm to protect themselves. And so I definitely want to point out to those people living in these areas, do what you can to get a firearm to protect yourself within the means of what's going on now. But at the same time, looking forward towards the future, understand that these politicians and these policies that they're voting for are the reason they're in the situation that they're in now. So make a change and learn from this mistake.
Right. And you say crimes will increase in cities that have the strictest form of gun control. And there are a lot of towns that you were describing right there.
Absolutely. And when you think about a lot of these cities, they're dealing with all of these riots and this chaos while at the same time talking about defunding police. All this does is enable and embolden criminals, especially when they know that the vast majority of the population in these cities don't have access to firearms the way they do in places like Texas, for instance.
Right. And, you know, when you look at, for instance, the things that happened in Chicago with the looting a couple of days ago, there are some businesses that are considering not reopening because it's like, you know, nobody's going to come and protect us because the cops weren't there when they burned me out.
And that's the lie that a lot of these places, these so-called gun control bastions, have told to their citizens. It's this idea that we're going to create these gun laws that's going to keep you safe, but in the times when they need the protection the most, they can't rely on the government, therefore can't open their business, but they still have to go home. And even in their homes, they can't protect themselves because they're not allowed to have the firearms that they need to do so. So these gun laws actually end up making it harder for good people to protect themselves than they do preventing criminals from getting their hands on guns, because clearly, as we see in Chicago, these criminals still get their hands on guns.
Right now, there's a culture war against the Second Amendment, which is why I need your help spreading our message to counter their message. You can help do this by leaving a comment, sharing this video, and clicking the bell and subscribe button. Let my voice be your voice, and let them know you want to keep America tactical, because the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed wasn't a suggestion, it was a directive. Also, if you're wondering where to purchase your AR-15s are essential, I will not comply. I am the militia. I lost all my guns in a boating accident, and your state-specific Keep America Tactical shirt, click the link next to my head or the link in the description section. Or if you're watching this on a mobile device, tap the small triangle on the lower right-hand side of this video and click the link in the description.